topic.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question basically on safety. All that development out in Marina Bay and everything that's going on in the city, we are going to need more fire protection, we're going to need more police protection. Our one little engine from Squantum is perpetually running out to Marina Bay. As long as our one little engine is stuck in Marina Bay, we've got nothing out here. So we need something, some balance along there somewhere. Have the developers build another station out there at Marina Bay. I mean, all
those Did you want a question? Did you have a specific
I'd like
question?
Mitch to answer. I'd like to know what they feel about the safety problem.
Well, I've supported every initiative that the fire department has brought up, and I've supported the police as well. They added more firemen to the group. Their gear is top notch. Well, when they have fires, and I know what you're talking about, they all rotate because the council sat about 7 months ago. We sat in and actually they fed us some spaghetti, and we met with the firemen. And they actually explain what takes place when a fire takes place. One engine leaves, another engine covers. We're being on the border of Boston. We cover Boston, they cover us. Should there be a fire, would it be the ideal world to have developers that would do that? I don't know. If it doesn't fit their, profit profile, what happens is they won't develop in Quincy. And all this development, most of it is private money that is investing in our city. And investing in our city, which helps us again. As Steve says, we got to raise the commercial rate. I mean, it's one of those things that we have to look at. But again, I wish we could have a fire station out in Marina Bay, but right now, as far as folks who are developing, the horse is out of the barn with those developments.
Well, there was one small fire out there maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I happened to be leaving Squantum at the time. There were at least 8 to 10 responses of fire, trucks, ambulances, everything, from all over the city. They were coming down Southern Artery and headed toward Squantum, and it turns out, thank God, it was a small outside fire. But we know from what's been going on with these new developments, you can end up with a massive multi-building fire that couldn't be controlled, even by what we have in the city.
Did you want to go next, Steve?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
We can go on.
Okay, same order, okay. On the safety issue and developers and fire departments and so forth, and whether or not a developer would put that out at Marina Bay, I would say in Boston they call that linkage. Some people, a developer might call it blackmail. The reality of it is, okay, with the pro forma that they put together on the developments that they build, you have so much money coming in, so much money going out. It's a pretty simple formula, but it takes them a long time to put it together. They have to strike while the iron is hot, interest rates are down, rents are up. It may be a coincidence that the last big 4 major fires that have happened have all happened at Cochran Construction Company jobs. Okay, so no, excuse me, not Cochran, Callahan Construction jobs. Now, I'm not speaking badly about Callahan. One of them happened to be lit. They caught the person that lit it on fire. But one thing is for sure, the new construction that's happening today here in the New England area, the Northeast area, is much different than the construction that was happening 10 years ago. So now it's called pedestal construction, or Texas pedestal construction, where typically they come in and they put steel for the first 1 or 2 floors, and above that they can go up as high as 5 or 6 floors with wood, because much more than 6, wood has a difficult time carrying the weight of it. But it's much faster, it's panelized. But what they're learning too is it burns, and it burns really fast. And unless you're on top of that, from the construction point, the safety point of it, the OSHA point of it, It's being built by trained contractors, trained tradespeople, instead of like a hodgepodge of people that are getting paid cash, avoiding the workers' comp law, leaving our city and driving somewhere else to spend their money. You have to have more controls there. And it starts really in the city level. So you can look across at that developer. I said to the developer here on this one, more than a year and a half ago, during the planning stages, they showed us a plan out of the Kennedy School. I said, well, do you have another exit and entrance for the traffic here? Well, where would we put it? Right over towards West Squantum Street, across the tracks. We can't do that, it costs too much money. No, it doesn't cost too much money. You're just gonna make a little less money. That's what it's gonna mean. But they looked at me like I was trying to take his child away. It's just, anyhow, you're right about safety and concerns, but it all goes back to leadership. Get it in the beginning and carry it forward. Thank you.
I'm a strong advocate for public safety, giving our first responders the necessary assets that they need to provide the safety and the welfare for the community is our priority. And along with, if the need comes to increase those assets to provide the safety that's required because of this development, I'm supporting that. But again, it goes to increasing our tax base so that we can actually afford these assets. And you know, we keep talking about it, but what we really need to concentrate on is increasing our commercial tax base so that we have the resources to fund these initiatives so that we can keep the, we're accustomed to very good public safety out here in this one. We're spoiled with the fire and the police department. And you know, we want to keep that level of service going. And I'm a strong supporter of that.
Thank you.